Good morning, friends. Good morning, all, and welcome to the EMC sessions. So, EMC is a platform, no, where we all meet and we seek for the possibilities. We are a possibility catalyst who sees positivity in every situation. So, in EMC, as we said, we are the possibility seeker. We explore potential in ourselves. We dissipate negativity from people life. Pick up good energy and focus on good things and we are possible, we have the ability to create your own feelings and lead a life of uh, lead a life of
Is joy and
peace,
glory.
joy and glory. So we welcome you all, and let's start our session with to generate a feeling of happiness. So let's laugh without making any noise. Good morning, Vetri also. So let's laugh. Let's generate the feeling of happiness. Laugh, laugh.
Thank you, Kamalji.
Thank you. Thanks.
Good morning, everyone. So today, Sukhdeepak sir asked me to handle the session. So we will, in continuation of the session which is going on, performance equal to potential minus interferers, and the interferers are various. And one of the interferers is the circumstances, right? The circumstances interfere with our performance. So when we say circumstances, what is that? What does that mean? What do we mean by circumstance? So is it the, yeah?
Situations around us. Situations around us.
Yes, situations.
Whether that is
okay.
Workplace, whether that is home.
Okay, so is it the place itself? Is it the place?
It's a place.
Which is affecting when you are seeing the place, when you are moving around the place, which is affecting us, which is influencing us?
It's a place also. It's a people also.
Exactly. It is more of people than the place. If there are no people, you just move around the place. Will you get affected?
No, it's a bliss then.
Yeah.
It's a bliss then. It's a
right.
bliss.
Yeah, it is pleasant, right? If there are no people, it is pleasant. Okay. So when we say circumstances, what do we really mean, which is affecting us? Yes, Shanti ma'am.
Good morning, Ramaji. Good morning, everyone. It is the situation, it's the place, it's the people, it's the communication, it's the information that we share, and the feelings that follow that the information sharing, the thought, everything makes that situation.
Sure, and but what is the primary one? What is the primary one?
It's mainly the feeling. When the communication happens, when somebody doesn't accept our views, we get agitated and we hesitate to progress. That interferes our progress. That when we are in a team, when two people have different opinion, we don't have the allowance. We judge the people. We stamp something that these people, they are not up to our mark. We judge the people, and when the communication becomes a difficult one, and the progress is hampered.
So yeah, as you said, combination of many things, but without the people, does it affect you at all? Ultimately, the essential factor of the whole thing when we say the circumstances is influencing us to keep us in default mode or not being creative. So what do we mean really is the people, right?
Without
Other people
people,
affect us.
without a team or without people, we cannot progress. But we want like-minded people. We want them to accept our views. Then that friction happens. Sir told, you become a turtle or you become a teddy bear, you become a shark, and that whole thing, the whole intention of that, the whole objective of the project hampers in that place.
Right. That is in the conflict situation, even without conflict. Yeah, that's right. What you're saying is correct in the conflict situation. But even without conflict, we are getting affected just by seeing somebody, the way they conduct themselves, the way they behave. They may be absolute strangers, but still they may affect us, right? Does it sound well?
That is within us, that internal interference, and that we have to overcome that internal interference.
Yeah, all the interference is only internal. Even the circumstances influencing you, ultimately it is internal.
Yes.
Right. But then what is that we are sensing from the outside, from the circumstance, from the people?
When there is conflict, there are two people.
No, we will come to conflict, even without conflict. Conflict is one aspect.
Without conflict, without any conflict, if we are affected, means we are responsible for that interference and nobody else.
No, even for the conflict, we are responsible. Even though the other person also needs what they need, but we are responsible for that as well.
Yes.
Right. So when we say, like Sir used to explain, the circumstances influence us through feelings, through our feelings. So ultimately our feelings, and everything is internal. Right. But still, what is that which is influencing our feelings? So what are the ways it is influencing, circumstance influencing the feeling? And when we say circumstance, ultimately it is people. How, whether it is strangers, known people, unknown people, they are the ones who influence our feelings. Rather, we get our feelings by seeing them or by interacting with them. So what is that which makes us feel that way? So just to give the context of what we are discussing, now many people joined. So all of life comes to me with his joy and glory. So what we have been discussing, what Sir has been discussing is performance equal to potential minus interferences. So what are the interferences? One of the biggest interferences, the circumstances. The other ones are our own body, mind, and emotions, right? So let's look at the circumstances. What is circumstances? So how do I get influenced and kept in default and survival mode? Tendency to get influenced by circumstances. I get influenced by circumstances through my feelings. And how circumstances influence my feelings? Primarily from other people, right? So other people, what are they doing? Just being themselves. When you see their state of being, or when you see their behavior, their interaction with others, that is how you get influenced. And of course, with ourselves, ultimately it is body, mind, and emotions, right? So that's what we are there. So what we can explore today is how other people influence our feelings. What is that you are seeing from them, and how that is affecting us? So whether it's the strangers or known people. So that's the discussion today. Yeah. So Reddy Garu and then Shakti, please go on.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
The way you have eye contact with them, the way the mannerism they speak, the way they express themselves makes a lot of difference, sir.
Yes, correct. So the way they are being themselves, whether they laugh or whether they look at in a particular way or they're carrying themselves in a particular way, they walk in a particular way, even that affects our feelings, right? So what kind of feelings, typically what kind of feelings do we have? Yeah, Shakti, you wanted to say something?
It's the same thing I would to tell that it's sometimes even the tone of their talk itself is sometimes makes me sometimes irritation. Sometimes as soon as I heard that, it's like I started judging. Oh,
Right.
this person is like this.
Right.
Whether I want to be in touch or not in touch, all the judgments are coming up. Then I want to maintain some distance, all those stuff it's started.
No, even absolute strangers who are not even talking to us, we are not interacting with them.
Yes,
Even
exactly,
that-
sir. Yesterday it's happened, sir. Even yesterday it's happened. Yesterday I went for a hike, okay, with some stranger is joined in that group as well. Okay, as soon as I see her, I don't know what's creating me. Even she didn't even communicate with me. But that feeling is like with a lot of the tattoos stuff, it's making me like, oh my God, who's this lady? Why she's having this kind of stuff? All those judgments started coming up.
Right.
Yes. Just looking at her itself, it's making me.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
So looking at them itself. So how do we, what do we, when we look at the strangers, what do we decide whether that person is good or bad? That's the immediate classification based on our own standards, based on our own points of view,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
And that affects our feelings. Okay. Yes, Shanti ma'am.
The opposite is also true. Like when we interact with other people, we get some positive vibe, and that also creates motivation in us. That is also possible. We are also positively motivated or positively encouraged by the other people, the communication, and that too happens in unexpected moments. That is also possible. We are
Yes.
seeing only the negative side. The positive side is also possible. Actually, I want to share one incident which I had yesterday. Yesterday in the evening, I just wanted to go to YouTube and see something to just boost up my energy. I just came across the Professor Jnana Sambandhan. Maybe Tamil people maybe know him about her. He's a very good speaker. I just went through his interview. It was about 1 hour, 30 minutes. It's a very long time, but he has explained the whole of his life from a person who is from Soravandan, which is a very small village. Now he has moved to Chennai. He was a teacher, Tamil teacher, and he was a professor, Tamil professor in Madurai University. And he then go to radio, then he went to TV, then he is now an international speaker. He has started humor clubs in more than 20 districts in Tamil Nadu, and he was explaining that he has even opened a humor club in US, in one of the cities, in one of the Tamil Changam and all that. He just explained the 50 years of his life's progress from a small speaker who has started his life as a small speaker in the temple. He has now traveled through 50 countries and speaking in all the Tamil Changams in all over the world. And he's a very famous person. He has acted in 35 films. It's a very, very successful story and very inspiring. I was very much affected by even by his own growth, which is abnormal growth. And he was a very close friend of Kamala Hassan, and he did some very successful films behind the stories and the dialogue of two very hit movies and all that. And he is the Tamil teacher for Kamala Hassan. He was very much famously known in Tamil Nadu as the professor of Kamala Hassan.
So basically, you want to say,
Successful career.
you want to say you got
yes.
positively influenced by him.
Is a very positive influence.
That's good.
Very
Yeah,
positive influence.
Yeah. that's very good. So now let's come to, let's say you see somebody, right? You're either known person or unknown or stranger, right? And that person is
Comes in
really
a very
happy.
unexpected moment. I just want to spend some time, while away some time, so that I can free up my emotions. But it just brought a huge lesson about human life.
Excellent. That's very good. Getting influenced positively from others is really good. That's what we all want, and that's what we are doing in the EMC as well. So now take the example of you see somebody, known or unknown people, and they're happy. Just they're being happy. So what's the feeling you get? Just you see somebody who's just being happy. Nothing. That person is not doing anything. Just being happy.
You also get that vibration of being happy automatically.
Okay, so that is one way. But what is that really going on in your mind?
That she's a happy person and a pleasant person to know. Maybe it's fun to be with her.
Really? Okay, that's good if that happens. So when you see so when you are in a difficult situation, when you are feeling bad, and you see somebody else is happy, so what happens to you?
Can I say?
Yes, sir. Ashok.
Ashok here.
Yes, sir.
It depends on my mood. If I am happy, I am happy. When they are happy, I am also happy. But if I am in bad mood, then I feel, Arey, why they are so happy, I am so unhappy. So then instantly there is a comparison between my mood and their mood.
Exactly. Exactly. Typically, that is how it happens. So when the other person is happy, not necessarily we become happy. So it depends on our mood. And typically our mood is not great. Right? Yeah. Yes, Reddy.
Sir, you will get always the positive vibrations whenever you see somebody happy.
Mm.
Then you also feel happy, sir. That's the immediate effect.
Okay, that's probably no. We are all being here in EMC for long. I think we have developed that. Otherwise, by default, it is possible that, oh, why is that person happy? I'm not so happy, and I feel bad, and I'm envy about him or her. Right? Those kind of negative feelings can come. Right? Yes, Abhinavji.
See, I agree. Whenever we see people who are happy, people who are full of energy, we're in their company, and even if you are, as Bhai Sahab was saying, even if you are in a bad mood or if you're in low energy, after a period of time you become like them. But my worry is what about the reverse? Actually, what happens most of the time is the reverse, that you are excited, full of energy, full of positive energy, and then you during the day you end up meeting people with low energy. Many people believe that this world is people are very bad, people are very selfish, and then by the end of the evening my energies are gone. What to do about that?
Right. So that is the other one. So when you see somebody who's suffering, who's in sorrow, who's feeling bad, how are you getting influenced? And how do you act or react? So that is also the circumstances influencing you, right? So when you see so many people who are suffering, who are in sorrow, so what do you do? How does it affect you? Yes, Ashwin.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, yes, Ashwin. Yeah. So what is
Yeah,
that?
yeah,
What
I'm
is,
done. I'm done. I'm done.
yeah, okay, but what is the feeling you get when you see the people in sorrow?
See, if I see people who are suffering, who are in sorrow, but if they are authentic, they're genuine human beings, then the tendency is to, do something for them, have compassion for them, and they end up getting my positive vibes. But most of the times, the people who are very selfish, how their thinking is that how do I get the best maximum advantage from others? How to manipulate, sorry, manipulate is the word. How to manipulate and get the best advantage for themselves.
Okay.
This is where I get up. I don't know how to deal.
Mhm. Okay. So you feel two things. One, if you believe they are genuine, you feel for them. If you
Yeah,
feel they
I
are
will do something, and I will do something for them. Yeah,
yeah. If you feel they are manipulating, you regret or you may
try
not do anything.
regret or try to avoid them, cut off
Oh.
them. Yeah.
Okay. Right. So Ashokji, you wanted to say yeah, thank you, Abhinandan. Ashokji, you want to say something? Okay, so anybody else, when you see somebody being happy, what happens to you? When you see somebody is in sorrow, what happens to you?
Shall I?
Yes, yes, Shanti ma'am. Yeah.
Happiness is a feeling that comes from within. You cannot get happiness from outside. Happiness has to be inside you. Then only you can spread happiness. If you are in high energy, the low energy of the other people will not affect you. Even if it affects you, it's only for a time being. And one more thing is like emotions, about our emotions. You just take away the emotion and do the action. Emotions will be keep changing time to time. It may go up and it may go down, but we should be very conscious about our emotions and keep aside the emotions and do the work.
Okay, so I'm trying to look at in two parts.
Even
One
yesterday, sorry to interrupt, but even yesterday that professor was explaining that I'm a happy person and I want to spread happiness with the people. So wherever he went, the people enjoys his talking. He's so humorous and he's sharing so many jokes. And the meeting was, his speech was liked by all, is liked by all the people.
Sure.
That is the
So
success.
we are talking about ourselves, Shanti ma'am. Good that you are getting influenced by him. So now the question is, when you see some happy person, what happens to you? When you see somebody is in sorrow, what happens to you? That is the question. Okay. Then we will see how to handle it. What is happening right now? And then what is the great or right or appropriate way to handle the situation? So typically we are getting influenced by the circumstance. By seeing somebody happy, what happens to us? By seeing somebody in sorrow, what happens? Somebody who is completely balanced and calm, that is different. That also what happens. So let's look at it. These are the three, broadly, these are the three state of being anybody can be. And whenever we see somebody in sorrow, in happiness, in balanced way, what happens to us? That's the question. Yes, and then we will come to that. What do we do? Yes, Reddy garu.
Sir, definitely we'll have the same feeling, sir. I always have the same feeling. If somebody is happy, I also feel happy. If somebody
Okay.
is sorrow, I also feel sorrow. Definitely.
Wow, that's really great. That's very good state. Not necessarily. You should not also be carried away by their feelings.
Yes. But it's a natural for me.
Yeah, because particularly when it is negative or sorrow, you also should not join them and become negative. You have to be balanced and do something to come out of the sorrow.
Yes, sir. For the moment, I will be like that. Then I will appropriately I will have my change my feelings.
Okay. So now we are talking about anybody, whether known people, unknown people, whomever you see, any human being. When you see them, they're being happy, what happens to you? When they're in a bad mood or sorrow or worry, what happens to you? That's what we are trying to understand. And then we will see what to do when you see that kind of circumstance. Yes, Janaki,
Yes, sir. Good morning. Good morning, everybody.
good morning.
So when I see a happy person, it
Yeah.
is completely depending upon my mood and like if I'm really happy, I just join with the person and enjoy, sir.
Right.
And if I'm really busy with something, like okay, maybe I get annoyed or something, like I get disturbed that I'm not able to enjoy like them for that
Right.
moment.
Right.
And then when I see, initially when I see people who are suffering a lot, I was thinking that I can help them very well by talking to them, by counseling them and everything.
Mm.
But later point, like I started attracting those people. Now I consciously help those people by not attracting to that kind of negativity or sadness or anything. Now I'm not being with them, but I'm giving them ways to help, to come out of those a bad situation or something.
Right. Right. Okay. So anyone else would like to share what happens to you when you see somebody happy, somebody sad? Okay. So if that is what it is we shared so far, so now what could be the right way or a guideline when you see somebody happy? What could be a uniform or universal approach we can take, irrespective of our own emotions? See, right now we said when we see somebody happy, if we are also happy, we'll join that happiness. If we are sad, we not necessarily be happy. In fact, sometimes we'll say, well, what the hell, why he is so happy? We may be regretting, we may be envying, we may be really, blaming the other person. But irrespective of our emotions, what is that we can do when you see somebody happy? So similarly, when you see somebody, irrespective of our emotions, when you see somebody who's suffering, who's in sorrow, what could be our universal guideline? Because sometimes you also get into their worry and their sadness, then you cannot do anything constructive. So is there a common guideline for handling this situation? Think about it. Okay. So let's also look at the other situation where the other people are interacting with other people, right? We see people interacting with others, or they interacting with us. When other people are interacting with us or with others, what do you observe typically? Based on their actions, based on people's actions, what do you feel and how do you classify them? And how does it affect you? Based on people's interaction with other people, what is the feeling do you get? See, ultimately, when we say the circumstances are influencing us, it is the people who are either being themselves or interacting with others or with us, which is basically influencing us through our feelings. So when you see somebody, somebody is cheating or somebody is hitting somebody else, somebody is behaving badly, what is the feeling do you get? Or somebody is really helping others, somebody is really very good and doing something good for others, what feeling do you get? And how are you getting
If
influenced?
it's,
Yeah,
if it's a positive attitude, then
yeah,
you like it. And otherwise, if it is negative, you are also upset.
yes,
And you start not liking the person, the way he is behaving. And you feel
right,
pity for the person towards whom he is behaving.
yes. And about that person, what feeling comes?
About the which person who
The
is
person
getting
who's,
angry.
yeah, the person who's doing something bad to others.
Yeah, so you get angry with him and you start thinking ill about him.
Right.
That he
So
has got
being,
no heart, why he's behaving like this.
okay. So being angry, does it help?
No, you get upset, not angry.
Yeah, you get upset, but yeah,
Internally.
yeah, that's how we get influence. Is it of any use for us?
What is an automatic reaction?
Exactly. But
No,
we
it's
here
no
we are,
use.
yeah, here we are to understand, be aware what's going on, and
Yeah,
make sure that we are in a positive mode all along,
yeah,
and
yeah,
not allow the circumstances to influence us badly.
right.
So that's what we are looking at. Yes, Ashokji, you wanted to say something?
What she said. So there is no no difference. The same exactly the same feelings and same behavior.
Okay.
I think age is the matter. The way we look at it.
Right. Okay. Fine. So now, when we see people being happy or sorrow, when people behave badly with others or behave well with others, what are the feelings we are getting, and how can we change that, and what should be our state of being? What could be the right way of thinking and being ourselves? So that's the essence of the whole discussion. So whatever comes to you, please go ahead and share. Yes, Shantima.
Irrespective of the circumstances, the feelings are created inside us. So we are responsible for our feelings, and we alone can change our feelings. Nobody else can change our feelings. We have to be very conscious of what is happening inside us.
Correct.
And we should not allow the circumstance to influence us.
Right. So we cannot control on our feelings. So what is that we can do by looking at these things? Other people behaving good, bad, they being happy and unhappy. In all this, I'm giving just these four primary situations. So in these situations, what is that you can do? So when you see somebody happy, what is the appropriate action for us, which will be keeping us in a not in survival mode, in a creative mode? Because depending upon our mood, it can be anything. So when we are in bad mood, we'll say, why the hell that guy is happy? I envy them. Look at my situation. Or when you are in a good mood, you'll say, yeah, he is happy, I'm also happy. But what could be a common approach which we can adopt all along? Yes, Shakti, what are you thinking? Yes, Kunanji.
Yes, sir. Great interaction going on. But I was just thinking, why don't let's change the state of this room also. It's getting a bit serious,
Yeah.
I believe. So let's quickly, if we can, because I'm getting influenced by this serious talk.
Yeah.
So can we go for the quick laughter, silent laughter?
Sure. Let's do that. Yeah. Please.
Let's do this, guys. Let's change our state to change the state of everyone present in this room. And let's vibrate the positive energy. So, and this is what I have learned, and this is what I was coming to me, Rama sir. Like we do have the power to generate or create whatsoever emotion we want. So we have to keep on using that power, isn't it? I want to use it now
Yes.
to create a positive vibes. So let's just start. As we Sugdeepak sir say that 1, 2, 3 and start laughing silently. Okay, let's do 1, 2. Hasina ji has already started. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Come on, guys. Come on, you can do it. Nitin ji, come on, Hasina ji. Many people are not there in the camera, but anyway. So that's what is coming to me, Rama sir, that instantly, that's what Sugdeepak sir has told us, that instantly you can change
Yes.
your state and the other states just by creating the positive vibes.
Yes.
So
Just 3 days ago, sorry to interrupt, just 3 days ago, he told one exercise. Every 1 hour, you just keep a timer and you laugh for some time. You change the emotion and see what's happening now. Actually, I was not regular, but I was doing here and there 1 or 2 times that laughter exercise. And I have seen that the feelings are changing.
yeah, and also Ramaji, sorry for interrupting Shanti ma'am, like if you see someone on camera, you start feeling good also. And if you
Yes.
don't see someone on camera, someone is talking behind, you think like someone who is talking. Is it a zombie discussion going on or what? So,
That's true. Yeah.
so may I request Shanti ma'am to let us feel good through your presence on camera. Yes, see the
Yeah,
feeling.
finally. Yeah.
See, now I feel different, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. I think there is a complete difference.
That's
in
the
hearing.
power of visual images. That's the power of different being.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Back to you.
Yeah, good. Thank you. So basically the point is how the people outside influence us and how can we handle that differently. So that's the point of discussion. So I found somebody, centuries ago who has looked at this and given some guidelines on this. Very, very interesting, very relevant even today. Right? Maybe he was in, I don't know which century it was.
Centuries ago.
Yeah.
Long back.
Maybe 2000 years ago.
Oh, it's. I'm curious to know. Vetriji,
Yeah.
you all are curious to know.
Right.
Gurenji,
Yes, sir.
Right. So this is what
I have to protect myself by not influenced by you.
Let's listen from Rama sir. Yes, sir. Back to you.
yeah, so this is what he said. Right. So based on the people's state of being, if somebody is happy, you become friend. So cultivate friendliness towards those who are happy. So that is a real uniform, universal guideline. So sometimes even though that person is happy, your mood may not be good to become happy, but at least become friendly. So if you're happy along with them, that's great, but necessarily create friendliness towards those who are happy. And cultivate compassion towards those who suffer, who are in sorrow. Not pity or empathy or sympathy, compassion. Compassion towards those who suffer. Irrespective of, like Abhinavji said, they may fake it also, but still you can create, you can have compassion. Some people may create fake sorrow, still you can have compassion towards others. So when you see somebody who's happy, be friendly and create friendliness. When you see somebody who suffer, be compassionate towards them. And then based on that interaction with others, when you see somebody good, doing something good, virtuous, good character, who's helping somebody else, then you have joy, you be happy, cultivate joy towards the virtuous people based on their interaction, and cultivate impartiality towards wrongdoers or the bad people. So don't judge, don't brand them. Be impartial towards the bad people or the wrongdoers. So this is all your circumstance actually. So basically you are looking at the people, dealing with the people, and by seeing those people, either they are being happy, they are being suffering, or they are being virtuous, or they are being wrongdoers. This is all is there. In each one of them, if you follow what is given here, friendliness towards those who are happy, compassion towards those who suffer, cultivating joy towards the virtuous people, and cultivating impartiality towards the wrongdoers. The result is you will have a clear and tranquil mind. This is 100% sure. It is all practiced and then explained. So who said this? Patanjali. So he has something called Patanjali Yoga Sutra. So this is what I wanted to convey, because this is very relevant to us, what we are talking about, how circumstances influencing us and how we can come out of it. So Patanjali has given this millennium ago, multiple millions ago, and it works. If we can understand and follow, I'm sure we can develop our creative mode, our balance, our happiness. So that's what I wanted to convey. Yes, Kunenji, please go ahead.
I think Prasad Garu wants to say something first, then I will.
Yeah,
I'll
sure.
ask him.
Yes, Reddy Garu.
Reddy Garu.
Yeah, I just want to share my experience and I need your guidance towards that.
Yes, sir.
When I stop at the traffic lights, I normally ask for alms by the third gender. Sometimes I feel sad for them because why they are here begging. But sometimes I feel when they harass people, I feel my feeling is different. Why these people are harassing like this? That's a practical experience.
Right.
Even though I have empathy on them, but still I'm not happy.
Right.
So how do you, because your second point,
Yeah.
you to analyze
Yeah.
this.
Yeah. So yes, so people who are in sorrow genuinely are faking the sorrowness can create disturbance in us, right? So we may think that, why are they disturbing us? Can't they go and, get somewhere else? Do they really need to do this? Can they do some work and do, and earn instead of begging or anything, any such thing? Instead of getting worried or instead of suffering like this, can't they do something else? All those things will come to us, right? But we don't know what is their situation, even if they are manipulating, right? So only thing is we can only, because we really don't know what's happening with them. So we cannot expect them to behave the way we think, right? So they are suffering artificially or naturally. So only thing we can think about is, okay, I'm sorry, feel bad or feel sorry for them, feel compassionate. So that's the feeling we have to develop. See, I get your point, Reddy Garu, that by default, it doesn't come, the compassion doesn't come. What comes is some irritation, some kind of bad feeling. That's the current status. But we once you are aware that this is the feeling you are getting, then you can change it, saying that, yeah, it is not that, after all, they may not be doing it just for the heck of it. There must be something else I don't know. Let me be compassionate about it. So that awareness, so basically being aware and thinking about little bit, thinking from their point of view, can bring the compassion, Reddy Garu. Because you won't know much more than that. So maybe sometimes if you interact with them, you really see their situation, the complete point of view can change. But even without that, you can change your feelings to compassion by being aware of it about yourself and looking at from possibly from their point of view as well. So awareness is the main thing.
No, awareness is there.
Okay.
Only thing is I'm helpless. I'm not able to help them.
You don't need to help them. Being compassionate doesn't mean that you have to necessarily help. You can't help everybody in the world. 7 billion people, you can't help all of them. You don't need to help all of them. You have to help yourself. Only help you can give to yourself is not get into all those feelings of being sad or being cheated or manipulated. Instead, bring the feeling of compassion, which will make you to be in a balanced mode. And then you can do something creative for yourself, for others, doesn't matter. So being compassionate with the people with sorrow is helping yourself. You don't need to help them. If you can help, great. Otherwise, please help yourself.
Okay, sir.
Thank you. Yes, Kunanji.
Yes, sir. What's coming, sir? What Prasad Garu said that we can't help or I can't help. What is coming to me is that when I think that I am ready to help someone, it means I have something I can give it to the other person. That's what is the helping, right? So we do all have the very powerful energy giving. If we can't give the material, we can definitely give the positive energy. We can always thought something good about the person. As that's what I believe that the compassion, what Rama sir is explaining. So we are always, I personally feel that I am always there to help someone whatsoever way I can. And what could be the best way to give the positive energy? And if we can do that, that's what we have done our job. The rest universe will take care. So whatsoever I do have in that moment that I can give, that would be my help, isn't it?
Yeah,
Prasad,
but you may not be. Yeah, you may not be in a good mood to convey the positive energy. That's what Reddy Garu is bringing out. When you are feeling bad about the situation, how will you help the others?
Yeah,
so that's where we have to change our feeling to positivity, to compassion, and then automatically you will help through the energy, like Kunanji says.
Yes. And what normally I do, sir, I do follow my process of thinking is that for me, in this world, every moment is a test. Now, when I say every moment is test, I am completely aware of this, that this moment in which I am going through is a test for me. Now, what is a test? Test is nothing but, as Sukdeepak sir say, that stop complaining, start living. Or in short, convert negative into positive. So if I keep remembering this, that this world, I am passing through this world as a journey, and every moment is a test. And what I have to do is keep on converting from negative to positive, negative to positive, negative to positive. With that awareness, I'll be relaxed. Whatsoever situation, whatsoever circumstance, and whosoever doing, whatsoever doing. And that's what Sukdeepak sir has said, that be in the allowance. So ultimately, with that state, we are in the allowance. So that's what coming to me is, Rama sir. Back to you.
Right. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, that's right. Yeah. Yes, Shanti, ma'am.
I just want to share one Tirukural.
Shanti, you again gone back to shell within camera. You were a bit lightening this. Yes, that's better.
It is Idumbaikku Idumbai Padupar, Idumbaikku Idumbai Padadavar.
Idumbaikku Idumbai Padakada.
Padupar. The person who is not disturbed by the thing that what do you call the difficulties, will create difficulty to the difficulty.
Yeah.
And there is also another Tirukkural under the same heading. வெள்ளத்தனைய இடும்பை அறிவுடையான் உள்ளத்தின் உள்ள கெடும். It may be the difficulty, the obstacle may be like a flood. It may comes and slashes against you. But if you are a person of wisdom, that difficulty will be changed into a positive thing in your own mind. In the wise people's mind, this difficulty will be turned into an opportunity.
I think it's very profound, Ramaji. This is what the Sukhdeepak sir always say that
Every
each and every
situation,
experience provides an opportunity to become a better version of yourself.
yourself, yes.
If we seek even the possibilities, as Kamal sir mentioned, that possibility seeker, we all are possibility seeker. So in every experience, if we seek, being curious, what else is possible, how we can make a difference in the lives of others. So let's listen from Niti also. She wanted to say something.
Yes, thank you, Shantaji. Yes, Nitij.
I'm okay. I'm listening. Thank you.
Listening.
Okay, so today the summary is this one, that when you see happy people, create friendliness towards them, be friendly towards them. When you see people in sorrow, be compassionate. When you see people who are good, be joyous about it. When you see people who are doing something wrong, be impartial. So that's the guideline from Patanjali, which works everywhere. So if you can take up and implement, it's great. So,
But Rama sir, how to remember all such things in short form? If you can give some formula, sir. Or
oh,
victory.
he has given in short form and formula only. But
Shorter than this.
no, it's in Sanskrit, just one line. So if you know Sanskrit, it is like exactly like formula. But yeah, we don't know Sanskrit. Yeah, we can create some formula in English.
Shall we share a single sentence?
Yeah, so I can share you the this thing. What is it? The Sanskrit. This is the Sanskrit.
Sanskrit. Sanskrit is also another good language, just a language.
Yeah, it's a very effective, efficient language.
Yep. I can see only English, sir.
Yeah, I'll get it.
संस्कृत फारसी भी एक अच्छा जुबान है हाँ है
Yeah.
करुणा
Maitri Karuna Mudito Upekshanam Sukha Dukkha Punya Apunya Vasayana Bhavanat Chitta Prasadanam. So that's the formula.
Can you make it on the show mode, sir? Just to.
Yeah, I'm trying to do that. It's not coming.
Maitri Karuna. So it's about Karuna. Cool. So it's all about being in a state, and if we are in a state of allowance, I think others' state will not impact much.
Yes. Yeah. So Maitri is friendliness. Friendliness. So he has 4 states. Okay. Maitri, Karuna is compassion. Mudito is joy, and then the Upekshanam is impartiality. There is a one-to-one mapping. So Maitri, which is friendliness towards Sukha. Sukha is, I think, the virtuous person. Oh, the other way around. So there is a one-to-one correspondence the way he has said. I also don't know Sanskrit, but I just got the translation. Sukha, Dukkha, Punya, Apunya. Okay, this is the way the people behave. Sukha is happy, dukkha is sorrow, punya is virtuous, and punya is wrongdoing. So how do you deal with them? Sukha, the people who are happy. Maitri, you be happy. Be friendly. Maitri is friendly. Sukha, the happy people, you be friendly. Dukkha, the sorrow people, be karuna, which is compassion. Punya, which is the virtuous people, mudita. Mudita is be joyous. Apunya, the wrongdoing people, upekshanam, which is impartiality. So that's exactly he's saying. So it is just simple formula.
Interesting. Thank you, sir.
So Vishayanam, Bhavanatas, Vishayanam. This Vishayanam means the actions, I think. Bhavanatas is the feelings. Chitta is the mind. Prasadanam. So the mind becomes tranquil and clear by following these feelings, mapping these feelings. So it's one line, he has given the complete stuff. So if you can remember this, great. Otherwise, English also will create something. Yes, Shantanu.
I want to share a Buddha's quote. It's like pain is inevitable, suffering is choice. You cannot avoid pain in life. Life is full of both ups and downs. Pain, you cannot avoid pain in your life, but you can avoid joy. There is a choice that you will not get suffered by that pain.
Yeah, so it's within
Suffering
us.
is choice.
Yeah, within us. Right. So with that, I finish my presentation. If any thoughts, please share.
There is also another Tirukural. I just shared it some 2 days, 1 week ago. It is Imbam Vilayam. Tunbam Iyalbenban, Idumbai Urudal Ilan. You should not skew towards happiness. And you should understand that obstacles are common in life. Then you will not get affected by the obstacles.
Yeah, thank you.
You're responsible for your feelings. The other person is not creating the feelings inside you. He is doing his own. You just see him and you are affected. So in no way he is responsible for your emotions. You are the person who is responsible for emotions and you have to change it. You should not expect others to change your feelings. This is consciousness, that awareness should be in us, inside us.
Yep.
We should be aware of the emotions and we can change the emotion. The right is given in your hand to change the emotion. Don't expect others to change it.
And this reminds me, Rama sir.
Yeah.
Awareness is something very profound. Now, if I say, Shanti ji, that behind you, wherever you're sitting on a wonderful chair, black color chair, there's a dinosaur standing. So you are not aware, but dinosaur is there. But since you are not aware, it's not going to impact. Similarly, just see that if I'm not aware of the obstacles, if I'm not aware of the difficulties, if I'm not aware of the road blockers, then it's not going to impact me at all. So, but since we got conditioned in such a way that we know there are some obstacles, there will be some stoppers. So we should also practice to get rid of awareness of all such negativity. And that's what we do every morning with Sukdeepak Malwai in this empowering morning conversations. We enhance our awareness of all the positivity and diminish the awareness of the negativity. That's what he says, a shift from default to create. So when we shift from default to create, we be in the awareness of all the positivity and get rid of negativity and all such stuff. So if you're not aware of the obstacles, it's not going to impact, isn't it?
True.
So much, sir.
Even, when we think of future, we get afraid. We imagine the obstacles which are not actually there. 95% of the obstacles are created inside our mind, which
True.
is not in the future.
It's illusion. It's just an illusion.
All illusions, imaginary, and we got affected by those obstacles, and that is affecting our feelings.
So let's
The
memorize
state
it.
of being, state of the mind that matters. It is that awareness. Maybe it's difficult, but we can practice slowly.
Definitely. And let's just remember friendliness, compassion, joy, and impartiality. So that way was, and give a big round of applause to Mr. Rama sir for a wonderful session and giving such a powerful tool to enhance our awareness and not get impacted because of the circumstances whatsoever it is. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you, thank you. So we
Thank you,
will
sir.
see you again tomorrow. So I'll stop the recording. So whoever can stay will stay, and